is like my talk, and I figured what better way to start off like my Islamic talk, my Islamic podcast, my Islamic beliefs, than talking about the one and only Allah. So I was thinking about last night, like, what are the characteristics that make up a God? Because he says there's one God, that is him. So I'm like, what is the characteristics that make him up? And if I was the creator, couldn't he just create another God? And what is the relationship with God? Well, first off, God is somebody that has always been there. He Here it says Allah. Here it says neither he begets nor is he born. So that means he wasn't created. He is a creator. He is all knowing, and he has all these powers. So the key factor that I noticed is he has not been created. So that like eliminates everyone else from being a god. Angels, they were created. Jinns, they were created. Humans, we were created. So it's impossible for him to create another god, because sure he could create another being that's all knowing, as big as he is, the ability to create, merciful, the ability to burst life and all that stuff. But it could not quite possibly be a god because it was created, so that is illogical. Like, it makes no sense. Nor to him is there any equivalent. He is the most powerful. He has all these powers, and we don't have the powers he has. Like, knowledge is one of them that I'm going to use. The jinns, the smartest man in history, are not as smart as he is. They are not as wise as he is, so that's impossible. Like, to reach that level of knowledge, to know every little thing, every little atom, it's impossible. Take a table, I don't know a single atom of it. Allah knows them all. So in order to do that, that's what you're gonna have to do. And second off, it's impossible because, as mentioned before, you have to have been, you were created, Allah wasn't. Now what about games and movies where they say, oh, so-and-so was a god? Well, somebody created them, so they can't possibly be a god. Like, if I design this cool character and say, okay, this character's gonna be a god. No, it can't be because I created it. Second off, God is the sustainer. He doesn't need anything to sustain him. A jinn can't possibly be a god because they need stuff to sustain themselves. They die. God doesn't die. Well, what about the angels? They're immortal, aren't they? Yes, but they were created. They aren't as wise as he is. So they can't be a god. So he's immortal, and he's all knowledgeable, and he was not created. Now the other thing is, what about our relationship with God? So I thought about this. God, do you know how much God loves us? Let me take a sip of water. So unfortunately in life, there are bad people who do dark magic and speak the evil, malevolent jinns and do evil stuff. So some of those people seek refuge in God, yet God protects them. And to me, I'm like, how much love do you have to have for creation? That they hate you, they disobey you, and they're speaking with those that oppose you. Yet when they ask for your protection, you give it to them. Like, I thought if I knew somebody who hated me, who mocked me, who did things I didn't like, then went to speak to one of my enemies and asked me to protect them, I'd be like, absolutely not. Like, you're on your own, you're cooked. But Allah, no, He protects them. Allah understands us and loves us. He knows our world. He created it. But why don't we try to understand Him? Now, I know what I ask is impossible to truly understand God, because we can't know what He looks like. Because the creation is never the same as the creator. If I draw something, it's pencil and paper. It's different from me. If I make a TV series, it's different than me. If I have a son, he's different than me. So I know that's impossible, but we have to try our best to understand who Allah is, what He is, and what our Creator is. And to me, that's really important. Like, we focus so much on what Allah could do for us, how He can understand and help us. Yet we don't think about what we could do for Him, how we could please Him. Because I was going to say how we can help Him, but I realized we can't help Allah. Allah doesn't need us, we need Him, but we can please Him and make Him happy. And that's why I figured I'd start my podcast with my first Islamic talk is about Allah Himself.